Okay, let's get started. Have you ever lost a family, friend, or loved one to suicide? In the world today, this is a continuously growing issue. As for me, I have not experienced this issue throughout my family, but some of my family and my friends have experienced this with their relatives. While this issue is continuously growing, many people lose up to 1 to 3 friends or family members to suicide per year. This is a graph produced from a Cengage publisher at Yale. As you can see, the top 5 effects of suicide is feeling like nothing will help, lack of hope, embarrassment, not knowing how to get help, and a lack of social support. All these stem from the same common issue of not feeling like you have someone to talk to or someone that can help you. Many people experience this issue, and it is continuously growing. There are many causes of suicide. First, we'll talk about mental health. Secondly, we'll discuss bullying. And lastly, I'll tell you about gun violence. Poor mental health is a cause of suicide. According to authors at the School of Psychology, childhood trauma is one of the leading causes of poor mental health. Childhood trauma can stem from many things, some of which can be caused from not having a mom or a dad growing up, being homeless throughout your childhood, or getting mentally and physically abused from family members or friends. While childhood trauma is one of the main causes, a lack of hope is also one of the main causes. In a study produced from Yale Cengage publisher, 66% of suicide deaths are from a lack of hope. This means people not knowing if there's a way out of their issues. Many people will ultimately reside in committing suicide, while it could be as easy as talking to a friend or talking to an adult. Also, mental health care is lacked throughout the world today. From a journalist at National Review, half of America doesn't have mental health care. This is a very high statistic because without mental health care, many of these people struggling with this incident will not be able to find help. In 2021, 300,000 calls for suicide prevention were left unanswered. This can mean that 300,000 people suffering from suicidal thoughts will end up committing suicide. Firstly, I told you about mental health. Now let's discuss bullying. Bullying is a cause of suicide. According to the Public Library of Science, 45.3% of respondents experience bullying. They did this study on 50% of the population that said that they wanted to commit suicide or had suicidal thoughts, and 50% of the population that attempted to commit suicide. This study could drastically be linked, but it's not directly linked. This means that while the percentile is very high, it doesn't mean that it is a direct cause. Bullying could also be caused from people that are less confident. This is because many people that are less confident are seen as an easy target to be bullied. Many students in school also experiencing bullying by their teachers. This is because their teachers feel as if they're higher than their students, or if they have more of a responsibility or a right to talk to their students however they feel. There are many ways that we can fix this, including talking to an adult, talking to someone that could help you or would help you, as in mental health care, or calling the suicidal prevention line. You could also confront the issue directly and try to see if you can resolve it. We just talked about bullying. Now I'll tell you about gun violence. Gun violence is the main cause of suicide. Since January, 17,000 people have killed themselves with a gun, according to a member of U.S. Secretary of Education. This is a very big statistic, showing that around a huge amount of our population decides that they want to take themselves out with a weapon, as in a gun. White men also die at the highest rate due to gun violence because white men are most likely to carry guns or have guns in their household. In Indiana, they did a successful study by introducing a red flag law, meaning that they took guns temporarily from people that had major mental health issues, and they realized that the suicide rate dropped 7.5% by doing that study. How can we fix this issue nationwide is by introducing laws like the red flag law, which could take guns away from people with mental illnesses, or we could introduce higher regulations on buying and purchasing guns by making it so you have to complete multiple tests and studies to get ownership of a weapon. First, we talked about mental health. Secondly, we discussed bullying. And lastly, I told you about gun violence. There are many causes of suicide. As you can see in this graph produced by ABC News, the death rate, or the suicide rate, from 2001 to 2022 increased by around 4%. This is a very big statistic, showing that it is a continuously growing issue. I think that the easiest way to solve this is to be reaching out to people and increasing our mental health care and suicide prevention line answering rate. I think that this can be an issue that we can slowly decrease throughout the years, but we will not be able to eventually solve.